crazy mother.
Welcome back to Good Forkin Eats. I'm your host Marvin, and with me again today is Joey Raucci because he just wouldn't leave my fucking house. Say hello, Joey.
I can't get heat anywhere else. Oh, by the way, hi. Well, seriously, thank you.
Well, since Joey is just preoccupied with the fire, I'll just tell you what we're doing today.
I thought it was my turn.
Yeah, that's before you blew it again.
I lit the fire. I can blow whatever the fuck I want.
Anything to your mouth, you're gonna blow it.
Hey, man.
All right, so we've made it through the holidays. We said fuck you to all our New Year's resolution. Now it's time for America's next biggest celebration.
What's that?
The Super Bowl.
Woo!
So we're gonna make two football-loving favorites: wings, collard green dip.
I mean, I like collard. I like dipping it.
I know you're from the north, but you know, it's a little southern treat. We're gonna
It's
change
called
it.
the North.
The north, my bad. From down south. Also, later we're gonna have a special guest making an appearance, and she's gonna make some specialty cocktails for everybody. All right, time to meet our first guest, Joey. Tell everybody who we have today.
Today we have a local chef, Dan Milner.
Hey, Dan, what's going on, buddy?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. You ready for this? All right,
Let's get it.
What's that?
Readier
do?
than ever.
Let's do it.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Happy Super Bowl
Happy Super Bowl.
Good Forkin Eats.
Here
to
we
the
go.
Cleveland Browns.
Whoa! Why would we
I was
ever-
gonna say how the Browns doing.
Oh
smooth.
man. Well, my favorite part about Super Bowl food is that since I'm a Browns fan, we're never in it. So I always just focus on the food and making sure that everybody else is happy. I usually root for Ohio State Buckeyes because that's the only team that's winning.
That's a smart move. That's the only football team from Ohio that actually
yes.
wins.
Because being a Cleveland fan takes a certain level of digging deep.
Yeah, that's a lack of dignity.
Maybe a little both.
Or maybe a little both. All right, welcome back to the kitchen. Dan and I are here. We have everything set out to make the collard green dip. We have everything set up for the brine. We have everything set up for our sauce. We're gonna toss the wings in.
What else do you toss?
I toss a lot of salad.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
I'm just checking. I mean, we're both chefs.
What else would you toss?
Cool.
We're gonna just circumvent a little bit of the steps here, and I have some caramelized onions and sweated garlic out. I'd use bacon fat instead of oil and instead of butter. Start to flame a little bit, keep it on a little medium-high heat. Get it working around, make sure it's hot. Add our collard greens, warm them up. The collard greens are like a family recipe. I don't want to say that where I got it from, but I stole it.
Is it your family?
No, it's my family. Some hot sauce. Everybody likes a little hot
They'll
sauce.
love it.
They'll love it. Some salt, white pepper. It's a little more spicy. Once that warms up, gets a little hot, play with the heat a little bit. I'm gonna drop some half and half in there.
You're acting like you've done this before.
Once or twice, you know? There's once or twice I've made like a spinach dip for like a party, or like a spinach and artichoke dip,
Right.
which everybody's usually accustomed to. We're gonna make a collard green dip, which, you know, is what we eat out here, collard greens. And if you make collard greens really, really well, they come out amazing. I like to make collard greens where you don't have to add anything to it. You make it with chicken stock, you know, some hot sauce, ham hocks and whatnot, and you know, it comes out where you don't have to add anything else to it. Once that warms up enough, we're gonna start adding the rest of our ingredients, like our sour cream. Put some cream cheese. Melt the cream cheese in there, let that chop it up a little bit. Chop, 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 nothing. All right, so once this melts and we're gonna get this like a meat texture, we're gonna start adding other cheeses, or Parmesan or mozzarella, because we want like a really creamy, cheesy sauce. A little bit at a time. The cream cheese, the half's gonna act as like a kind of a binder.
Nice.
Make sure it gets nice and dissolved. We're gonna melt all the cheese down before we add it. Because in a minute we're gonna put it in the oven.
It looks good.
It does look good. All right, so we have all the dip poured into our casserole dish. We're gonna take bacon that we've already cooked, crumbled up.
Love that Willie.
Love that Willie.
Love that Willie.
fuck Forkin the pig, because if it's Looney Tunes, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. Yes, right. Listen, when I'm sitting next to a heater long enough, I'm gonna get a slow cut.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so we spread our bacon crumble over the top, a little extra Parmesan on top, and then now we're gonna place all that in the oven so that all the cheese on top kind of melts, gives you that gratin type, like caramelized, crusty feel.
Nice. Love feeling crusty.
That cheesy, crusty feel, everybody loves that.
Absolutely.
So we have our dip. We're gonna set this out, put it somewhere where everybody's not gonna burn their fucking hands, even though they're drunk like we are.
Right.
I'm gonna set it out. We can eat this with tortilla chips, carrot sticks, celery sticks.
Who the hell wants to do that?
You know, there are those people.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna say who they are. Those people.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They want celery sticks, carrot sticks, cucumber slices. Maybe if you want to get fancy, throw some fucking baguette slices, like toasted baguette slices, and make it like
that's a great idea.
Upscale Super Bowl party. But we're gonna set this out, and while everybody's munching on that, we're gonna come back and Dan's gonna make us this sauce. So now we're gonna shoot back to Dan. Dan's gonna take us to the brining process. You know, anything you wanted to absorb a flavor of something, you could brine.
A brine serves two purposes, okay? First of all, it's gonna draw out the impurities because of the salt that you would have in your brine. Okay, so think about a dehydration process. The salt is gonna draw out any moisture and liquid, but when you put it on the protein, it draws out a lot of impurities.
It's looking for something to soak back in.
Absolutely, and so in a good brine, that's why you would have some other things, the bay leaf and the thyme and the lemon and the black peppercorn and sugar. Those go into the wing, okay, and it really makes for a more juicy wing. Look how clean these chicken wings look. You see that? There's no blood on them. They just came out of the water. They look dry. But that's because of all the sloppy stuff is gone.
Well, I thought you liked the sloppy stuff.
It's in this water, which is why I'm not shooting, okay?
Brine water pickleback.
Right.
I will do it with you.
You do it first.
No.
Okay.
Do it at the same time.
Okay, fair enough. A lot of times you can wash the brine off. I don't like it for this particular recipe with the chicken because I think it enhances the flavor of the rub that we made. So we're gonna dump these in after we get a good drain on them. All right, so we have some oil here, okay? And we're just gonna coat the chicken wings in oil so that way the rub has something to stick to, right? We have some of our rub. We wanna be generous with it, okay? We're in the South, okay? We like seasoning down here.
Aren't you from the North?
Yeah, but after 10 years.
Is Ohio really the North? What is that? Where is that?
It's Midwest, and we're proud.
Is that a thing?
Absolutely.
I heard the North, the South, and then like the West Coast. What's the Midwest?
The Midwest is Ohio and all the Great Lakes. So our wings, you see this coating right here? It looks nice Nice and coated, okay?
The olive oil has coated the wings.
Yep.
I'm gonna lay those out flat so they have a little air between them.
Yeah, you don't wanna stack them up because then whatever part of the chicken is touching is not gonna cook
I'm
properly.
gonna cook evenly.
We're gonna take these, we're gonna put them in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, okay? Because if you put them straight on the grill from raw here, you're gonna have burnt skin and the rub will actually kind of turn bitter, and you don't want that, okay? Marvin, you wanna make yourself useful finally?
I'll do something around this, around these parts. I take these things in the other room.
Thanks, Chef. Here, Chef. Sorry, I'm putting you to work.
This is bullshit, dude. This is bullshit. I don't work this much when I'm actually at work.
This is what happens when it takes so long to get me in your kitchen.
Well, start off with me in your kitchen.
Right.
Alright, so what are you looking for?
I was looking for my wet towel because it actually holds as a bait. You stole it. Okay.
Do you know?
Can you wet this up for me, please? Thanks, Chef. All right, so basically, your water didn't get cut off already, right? Okay, so basically, guys, look, about this rub, okay, the wings were taking 10 minutes in the oven. This sauce will take you 2.5 minutes, which leaves you
So 10 minutes.
7.5 minutes,
7.5 minutes.
to drink. It's the Super Bowl.
That's we call that chef math. Probably couldn't figure out how long it would take you to go 2 mile if you were going 60 miles per hour. But we can tell you how long it takes to drink 3 shots in 7.5 minutes. All right, so what we got here?
All right, so check this out, guys. I got some fresh squeezed lime juice.
Did you
and
squeeze those limes yourself?
I did. 2 hands.
Did you make me cough?
A firm squeeze. Yes. Okay. And also, what you see floating in there, what you have here, you see on the side of the bowl, that is lime zest, okay? So you want the lime juice and the lime zest. I zested the lime with a microplane zester. Okay, so then also, we want to add sriracha. It is sriracha lime. And we're gonna add some sweet chili sauce. And then this is for your tang, right? And this is a binder. We're gonna take some Italian dressing, right? And we're gonna dump that in, okay?
Oh, just dump it.
And listen, 99-cent Italian or the good stuff, it doesn't matter.
Same shit. It's oil and vinegar.
Yes, sir. Okay? Now, this is the magic trick, okay? This is good honey. We want good honey to kind of balance out your heat, bring your tang together, and pull everything together. Also, the thickening agent, this is gonna be it. So get a good local honey. That's what we like.
And this honey actually is local. It's Service Brewery. They have hives at their brewery, and one of the people that own it, she harvests the honey, bottles it, and then gives it or sells it to select few people. I just happen to be one of those select few people because just saying. Yeah.
So, and then the last thing, okay, now I'm about an emulsion.
All right, so we have a little melted butter here.
You know, an emulsion is a fancy name for when people make a salad dressing. An emulsion is when oil and water being blended together. Naturally, they want to separate.
Like if you buy the Italian dressing at the store, it's your oil, your vinegar, which will separate naturally.
Right, but all we're doing here is we're adding a fat into a high acid mix of liquid, okay? But with the whisk, we're incorporating air molecules in there so that way the acids and the fat congeal. And that's what a real emulsion is, okay?
If it was an emulsion, it would be like this thick, creamy dressing as opposed to like the separation of the oil and vinegar.
Exactly. So look, it looks good. You don't see any separated. You don't see any butter floating at the top. You don't see any of that. Now, if you don't want to whisk it, then you can put it in the blender. Dump everything in the blender, turn it on low, always cover it, and then drizzle in your butter with the blenders on. And you'll have the same effect. It'll be great. Taste this.
Put a middle finger here.
That's good.
I put that shit on everything.
You could probably dip some tortilla chips in that. The wings still have a little bit of time left. So when we're throwing a Super Bowl party and we're chefs, what do we usually do?
We don't even care about the game. I mean, you're from
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. What do I care about the game?
Atlanta. I don't know when the hell Atlanta's getting close, but it's like most of my girlfriends get close, but they would finish.
Girls win.
You're right. That means it's game time.
Game time.
It's game time.
We're gonna take a shot. Just out the shot.
What am I drinking?
Just out the bottle.
Out of the bottle. It's the Super Bowl.
I've been doing this for the past 2
What are you
hours.
drinking?
You're from New York. There hasn't been any. Well, actually, the Giants.
What are you
Never mind.
drinking?
Cheers.
Let's go.
Nice.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Cheers, fellas. Can't wait to eat.
What's the proper word for that? We must be she a talk to me, and me a talk to she. What the day is coming that we must be
Personally, she a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that we must be personally. She a talk to me, and me a talk to she. But the day is coming that
John apply it well, don't care body. John apply it well, don't care body. John apply it well.
You know, sometimes part of the best part of the ambiance is the stories of the old men around you.
The best part of working in a restaurant are the stories. Either you're in the kitchen or you're in the front of house or you're sitting at a bar or thing and you just see this random shit happen. Like an old couple and the woman was fine, but the husband was not as irate as they got so pissed off that he lit a cigarette in the restaurant and the bartender said, "You can't do that here." Put the cigarette on a fresh plate. He stormed out. The funniest part was he had to come back because he forgot his cane. And so not only did he storm out once, he had to try to make that lack of dignity stroll back in and come back and he was like, get my goddamn cane and left again. Everybody kind of in the restaurant had a laugh about it. I don't know what his deal was or what his bad experience was about.
Imminent death.
It might have been because he was about like 2 years short of 100. Yeah, that's 98 if you can't count it.
Some people get a little
Yeah, he was not happy, but we were happy. We had all our cocktails. We know the bartender there. We worked. Me and my
cock.
Did I say cock?
Yeah, all I heard was cock. You lost me.
That is the problem with you.
On a side note, both of you fellas know that
Is there a side note for the word cock?
Balls.
Bitches wetter than the ocean. I'm toasting the dead, blowing out your back. Chiropractics, military tactics. Shoot first and try to dominate the atlas.
All right, so we have our wings in the oven. We've par cooked them enough. We're gonna pull them out, let them rest for a second. That's hot. Yeah, so they're par cooked enough. We're gonna let them rest for a second, and then we're gonna take them out to the grill. All right, so we sent Joey out. He came back with some beer. Fired the grill up for us. He got it all perfect. He had one side with all the heat under it. He had the other side is indirect heat. So Dan's gonna take us through grill of the wing.
when you want medium-high heat, it's because you don't want chicken skin burned, and you're gonna have a bitter wing.
So you want to make sure that the outside and the inside cook at the same pace, but the outside kind of caramelizes. So you have that weird balance of how high you want the heat, but how kind of medium high.
Right, and because of the ingredients in the rub, you want to make sure temperature control is important. But around 400, all right? And then you leave that at 6 minutes on one side, and you're gonna flip them to the next side. And then after that, when there's no blood running off the bone, that's when you know your chicken's done. When the juices are clear, that's how you know you have the perfect chicken. And you want to go ahead and close the top because you want your chicken, we par-baked it, but the chicken still needs time to cook, okay? So like I told you last time, when you have to cool it, it's cool. It's not a hot piece of chicken.
All right, so we cooked the wings 7 minutes one side, we flipped them over, cooked another 7 minutes. We're gonna pull the lid up. We're gonna check the wings and see what we got going on. What do you think, Dan?
No, I think they're looking good.
All right, so we have these. They're all cooked all the way through. Nice caramelization on the outside.
And we got some height on them,
There's some
Chef.
height on them.
Yeah.
Even though we're going to plate them again, we're going to take them inside, toss them with some sauce, and then we're ready to serve them.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have our wings. They're grilled to perfection. Nice caramelized, crispy skin. They're cooked all the way through. Dan, what's our next step?
All right, so we're gonna take our wings and we're gonna start to toss them with the sauce, right? So we're gonna put them in here. Thank you, Mark. All right, and we're gonna take our sauce that we spent so much time emulsifying. We're gonna pour them in there, right? But we want all of that, okay? So go ahead. If you don't have a spatula, use your hand.
Get in there, get dirty.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay, right? All right. So we're gonna toss them.
All right. That's
Once you see
a
it get
nice
close,
toss. Do you do salad the same way?
absolutely.
Awesome.
But
Amazing.
probably a bit nicer on the salad.
Okay.
All right. So if you hand me a plate, I'm gonna give them to Kittie here.
All right. So
start plating them
got
up.
your bowl.
But I got a side ranch. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what you got.
So when we spend so much time making a great sauce for these wings, you don't have to put ranch and blue cheese on them. You see, so many people are used to mediocre sauces that they want something to dip it in. With these wings, you don't have to dip it in. You've spent enough time making a great wing and a great sauce that you don't need it. So just try to impress your people.
Say, what's the point of us taking that time to make a sauce like this, and then you have to like mask it with something that's like just salty cream?
Exactly, and
basically
usually
ranch.
it comes out of a bottle and it's not even that good. Now if you're making your own, more power to you. But for this, you don't need it. So my suggestion, just let them go like this and they'll be like Chef Marvin's dip. It'll be enough to cool it off. They want to dip something, have them dip it in something that's already made, like Marvin's dip.
Yeah, we don't want to dip it like I said, ranch is just gonna mask its salty cream sauce. This sauce here is amazing. We've been eating it with tortilla chips. We just dip it in there. That's just the jam. Sriracha lime. Joey can take that, scrape that off, run it over the top of that. When you're done with the wings, yeah, use the rest of that to run the bones through, run the tortillas through. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's an amazing sauce. It looks good, it tastes good, and Joey's gonna get every little drop of that out.
So good.
And if not, it's gonna lick it.
Look at those wings, Joey. What do you think about those? Well, aside from that,
I love this sauce, man. I can't get enough.
those are some good Forkin wings. You mentioned the Cleveland Browns. You're from Ohio.
Yeah, I've been in Savannah about 10 years. You know, I just opened up a new restaurant called East End Provisions downtown, where we're trying to focus on, you know, farm to table movement and just dealing with everything local as much as possible, and just doing right by the people that come and eat the food and the people who grow the food.
And the food is good. The food is great. My girlfriend and I, we both ate there. Everything was on point. We had it was fresh. You know, I never had beef hearts before. You know, that's on your menu. It's like a little beef heart skewer.
You can't beat farm table.
Farm to table. Yeah.
They told me I couldn't sell beef hearts in Savannah. No one will buy them.
You know,
Showed them.
yeah, you showed them. Like I said, we saw it. Definitely not lacking in flavor. It wasn't like anything. We would go back.
Crazy mother.
Alright, so we have all our food set, but we want to put some drinks out. We're going to make a couple of cocktails that everybody can enjoy. You know, guys can enjoy, they can get like a little lit. You know, girls can enjoy without having to be like this, you know, alcohol-fueled party. I had a couple of friends here. They're going to introduce themselves. They're going to make a couple of cocktails for us. Girls, tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I am a bartender and mixologist in downtown Savannah, and I'm here to teach you how to make a mangria. Want me one of those. And my name is Lauren. I'm also a bartender downtown. I'm gonna be showing you how to make a mean-ass punch. So before we begin, I think it's crucial to any cocktail making process that you take a shot beforehand to make sure that your taste buds are on point.
I think you have to get in the frame of mind.
Cheers. Ain't nothing like a gin shot, for sure. All right.
Andy, what are you going to take us through real quick?
All right, so we are making a mangria, excuse me, and I'm particularly fond of this cocktail because I'm someone who likes to taste their alcohol. I'm not a huge fan of super sweet drinks, so this is right up my alley. So we're gonna start with a few seasonal fruits. I've got some green apple slices here. We're gonna go ahead and put into our gallon pitcher. That's gonna add a little bit of tartness as the drink sits. I've also got some red apple here as well to bring in a little bit more of that fall seasonal, and orange, because who doesn't make sangria with orange? To add about 16 ounces of bourbon, you want to make sure that you add your alcohol first. That way it'll start to go ahead and break down the fruit. So when you add everything else, you'll go ahead and get a lot of those acids and flavors that are coming from the fruit.
Plus you have mangria. Obviously, a man.
Likes bourbon.
You tell them there's some bourbon in there. He'll drink with it doesn't matter what it is. You say, oh, it's a man. Most of them. If you have some bourbon in there, you can drink it.
Hey, if you add bourbon to anything, I'll fucking drink it, so that's fine.
Yeah, like a guy
Man,
will drink
woman.
it. And then all the fruit, obviously, I don't want to sound sexist.
I think it's
I love the fruity type aspect of it. It makes it more palatable for a woman.
Absolutely, but the key is making sure that you get your hard liquor in first, though, so you do get a lot of those fruit
A lot of
flavors.
women like the hard part of the liquor.
We got a half cup of lemon and a half cup of lime juice going in. And about a liter of grapefruit juice too. That's still gonna add a little bit of sweetness, but as long as you're not using ruby red, you're still gonna get like a nice robust tartness from this as well. We're gonna add about half a little container of blueberries to the mixture as well. You wanna save about half of them because we're gonna use them as for garnish later when you actually present it. So we're gonna mix all this together, make sure that we get all the fruit steeping, get all the flavors melding.
Are you mashing any of that? Or
I'm not muddling anything, no. We're just gonna keep everything kind of soaking because the longer that you let this sit, the more the flavors are gonna come out.
So you can make this like a day before. So
Absolutely.
Set this part.
We recommend it. In fact, I would, yes. And I would make this part of the drink first, let it sit for about a day. If you don't have that much time, you can do even like 3 or 4 hours.
Super Bowl's gonna happen.
Everyone prepares a week before. So final step, all right, we're gonna pretend like this has been sitting overnight, and instead of adding wine to this sangria, which makes it a mangria, we are adding Rally Point Pilsner from Service, which is a really fantastic Savannah brewery. You don't have to use service beer, obviously, you know, not everyone lives in this area, but a nice Pilsner won't add too much flavor, but will give you the nice foam and beer consistency that you want in this drink. Pilsners will add a little bit more of a sweetness to it other than an IPA.
This is our local brewery Service. Have a Pilsner. You don't have to use that Pilsner. You can use a PBR, anything from Budweiser, whatever you want to use. Anything has kind of a little carbonation to it, but Pilsner aspect. So it's not like that like really hard beer taste.
Yeah, the accent's not going to be on the beer. The longer you let this sit, the accent's going to be on the fruit. The beer is just going to be there to add a little bit of texture to it. So, to present this cocktail, and to convince all of your friends that you're a super fancy schmancy mixologist, even if you're not, pour into a stemless glass over ice. And then, like I said, because football season is usually in the winter months, we're gonna garnish with some floating blueberries and a little sprig of rosemary to add a nice aromatic.
Just like a little splash, like a little carbonation, and hit it with a little ginger beer on top. It takes it away from like too much fruitiness and makes you unmasculine, but that ginger beer and then like the Pilsner takes it back to being like almost angry.
The ginger also helps to add to the seasonal effect that we're getting from that.
Exactly.
All right, man, what do you think?
It's a mangria, and 2 ladies here. I guess I'm gonna take the first sip of this.
Very gentlemanly.
Oh, that's the shit. I'll drink the shit out of the whole Super Bowl.
Today, guys, we're drinking Compass Rose by Service Brewery. It's an IPA, India Pale Ale, and it's owned and operated by veterans. It's here in Savannah. Awesome brewery. We go there at least a couple times a month just to take a tour, check the new stuff they have out.
I love Service.
You love Service? Yeah.
I do.
Everybody there is really friendly. Everything every time we go there, they take care of us. It's awesome.
I drink IPA all the time. And I don't drink Compass Rose very often, but it is pretty damn
It's
good.
pretty damn good, right? How about you, Dan? I like that.
I never drink pale ale, but this
What?
is actually
No one's perfect,
quite
right?
delicious.
But it's delicious, right? All right, so Lauren, we're gonna move on from the Mangaria, and you're gonna make us a punch that we can all drink. You don't want like everybody being drunk as hell. It's
Jungle
like a
juice
bunch
is
of
kinda
bourbon.
old.
Jungle juice is when we were like 18.
Yeah,
or
we're grown
younger.
up a little.
We're a little grown up.
Sorta.
We want to make something that we can all like kind of sip on while we watch a game, and then appreciate the game without like before you get to the third quarter and then everybody's passed out.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna make for
You
us
want to
today?
see what happened. We're doing a mean-ass punch or a panty dropper punch, but you guys can fill me in on how that works out for you later. We're gonna start off with a bottle of wine. We're choosing to do a Moscato just to kind of keep it sweet, you know, well-rounded. You know, we're gonna have the beer going, so we want some sweet aspects. The men like the sweet
Men don't
stuff,
want
too.
like to know that
They want to drink their wine without tasting their wine.
exactly. They don't want to know that they had wine,
They
but they
want
want to
their-
make sure that the women know that they
Not all men.
they know
by
wine.
the way. They know wine.
I'm just
they know
saying,
sweet.
during Super Bowl, if you're a guy and you say, "Well, I would like a glass of Merlot," then you're gonna be shunned in the corner and you're gonna be eating like a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, nobody likes that guy.
Nobody likes that
No, nobody wants that guy.
So,
But if you do want a drier kind of wine, feel free to, you know, pick up a bottle of Chardonnay or switch it up with a Sauvignon Blanc. There's no problem with that. We're gonna do about, I would say, 2 cups or so of orange juice, and I don't have the fancy fruit in mine. I like to get to the point. So, you know,
She's a
you can
sassy
have,
bitch.
you know, the fruit stuff, or for me, you know, I got the sweetness. That's all I need. Cut some fruit, I'll be done with my glasses, maybe like 3. And so after the orange juice, we're gonna put about the same amount of lemon juice as well. And most importantly, we need our vodka, because even though we've grown up from the jungle juice, nobody grows up from vodka. Give me a break.
nobody grows up with vodka. All right, Lauren. So that's the rest of the vodka going in there. What do you got left?
So pretty much all we have left is just to kind of tie in both of these drinks, and like Andy was saying, the overall theme. You want your sweetness, but we're gonna add some more grapefruit juice just so that it kind of balances out everything together. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a stir, a little twist and shout.
Yes, stir. See, Jesus.
Oh, sorry, you're right. This
Jesus.
is too firm of a grip.
Slow
My
the hell
God,
down. All right,
relax.
you're gonna hurt it. You know?
I like her firm grip.
It's like a martini. You want to shake it too hard because you're gonna bruise the gin. All right, so
Nothing wrong with a little bruises.
how are we gonna make this easy for Dan?
So
Think about like Dan.
That's it.
that's all.
All
you
right, I'm not gonna say anything else. No, then Dan's like,
Oh,
this is
We're being really mean to Dan.
We are. He's not even here.
all right. So
Back to the alcohol.
Back
the
to
most
the
important
alcohol.
thing. So we're down south. You know, we love mason jars here. I don't know that anybody still makes anything. in
mason
cans.
jars and make moonshine in them.
Well, if you
make
said that, we
preserves
should've
in 'em.
It gives you the feel of like being down south. It gives you like that down home feel. Like
Definitely.
if you make a preserve or you make like, you know, you pickle things, you know, that mason jar gives you that like, I'm living in the south. You
Yeah.
know, so we're gonna drink it out of a mason jar.
Yeah, and I mean, what's simpler, you know, other than a mason jar? All you gotta do, put everything together, get a little bit of ice in there. Nobody likes it.
Looks like a lemonade. Like it looks so
It
looks southern.
It's
It's southern.
deceiving. Like it looks like
Exactly.
it could be like a glass of lemonade or a sweet tea.
It looks like it should be served in a mason jar.
because that's how it should be done in a mason jar. And last but not least, we're just gonna top that with a little bit of Sprite, just so we can get, you know, the bubbles. Everyone wants to feel bubbly.
How are we gonna garnish this?
And we're pretty much just gonna do, you know, just to barely compete with that Mangria over here. We're in the South. Super Bowl might be happening during winter, but here it's always like 75
You always want to
degrees
complement
and-
your drink with whatever's in it. So
Exactly.
if you want to squeeze a little bit in there, you want to look at that. That looks.
There you go.
I don't
Two
know.
very, very complimentary but very fantastic drinks that'll both be fantastic to drink.
Do you want to give it a taste?
You'll impress your friends with these cocktails, I guarantee it.
Fucking
For
dang,
sure.
dude. All right, thanks to our guests. Thanks for Andy. Thanks for Lauren. Thanks for Dan, Joey, Thanks for just showing up. Thanks for making these drinks. Hope you guys watch out for the next episode.